Welcome to paradise. This is Ocean Cay MSC Cruises private island. And today we're sharing the ultimate guide so you can make the most of every moment. Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Marshall.
And welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you definitely should, because we share cruising ships, trips, and tips.
Today we're focusing on MSC's private island, Ocean Cay. We're talking 8 beaches, relaxation, just a true marine preserve feel. And it was pretty spectacular.
So if you are cruising MSC Cruises, especially in the Caribbean, probably Ocean Cay is gonna be on your itinerary.
So let's start our ultimate guide with the beaches, because that is front and center, and there are 8 beaches that you can choose from. Let's start with South Beach. It's the largest beach on the island. It's great for groups and families, and you'll find a lot of floating mats out there because the waters are calm. There are music and games and also shaded picnic spots, but no matter what, this is definitely, in a way, the social hub of the island.
Juxtapositions to that is North Beach, which is one of the quietest beaches, perfect if you want to read or meditate or just zone out. And the water here feels like a natural lagoon.
Okay. Next, I think I want to talk about Bimini Beach. That is definitely a nature vibe. You've got snorkeling, you've got coral formations to go out and see, and it's definitely less crowded. You can also bring your own gear and not rent gear if you do want to explore this beach.
Yeah, I brought my own, so I think it is important to bring your own, because although there are some available for renting, I heard that they tend to go fairly quickly. Next up is Paradise Sands Beach. So this is located by the island spa area. It's perfect for a quick dip or sunbathing before lunch or before heading back on board.
Now let's get to Sunset Beach. As the name suggests, it's the best spot to watch the sun go down in the afternoon. It's quiet, it's romantic, it's perfect for photos, and it's honestly my favorite beach on the island.
Next up is Lighthouse Bay. So this is home to the stunning lighthouse and usually where the nighttime fun happens. Now, we didn't have any nighttime fun because our ship didn't stay that long, but it is ideal for a breezy late afternoon chill session, and then after dark, they do an incredible light show.
Now, if you're part of the Yacht Club, which is their upscale suite level, you'll find 2 beaches there, the Yacht Club Beach and also the Ocean House Beach. And again, they're really super nice, but you will need to be part of that suite level to have access to it. One last place, which is kind of new to the island, is Sunseekers Lagoon. It's another family area meant for the smallest kids because the water is the shallowest and the calmest. Look out for that if you're traveling with small kids.
So all of these beaches are connected through walking trails, and also the Ocean Cay MSC has a free tram that you can take. So if you're tired of walking or you have mobility issues, that tram is kind of perfect. So also the other thing that I think was a little confusing to us, because on MSC's app, you could rent chairs and umbrellas. So we were a little confused. We went to the shore excursion desk and asked if the island has chairs and umbrellas for free, because that's kind of what we're used to from Royal Caribbean's Coco Cay Island. So we were a little confused. They did say, yes, there are chairs and umbrellas. However, sometimes the umbrellas fill up really quickly, so there might not be an umbrella for everyone, which is why they offer it on their app to rent. But we were fortunate. We were traveling with family, and our brother-in-law David was one of the first ones to get off the ship, so he went immediately to the beach we wanted, found a big umbrella and 4 chairs. So, and we had a table in the center. It was a really nice little setup for the day. So let's talk about food and drink, because everyone cares about that, right? So if you are looking for upscale gourmet food at Ocean Cay, I'm not sure you're gonna find it. Maybe in the Yacht Club, but it's more of a picnic on the beach sort of vibe. But there are different options, which we'll talk about.
In the relative center of the island is Seakers Food Court. Okay, it's the main dining area, and it's buffet style and includes things like burgers, hot dogs, chicken, mac and cheese. Their salads are really good and they're plentiful, along with fruit and desserts. So if you want to go there, you will definitely have enough food to eat. But being the only area, it does get crowded during prime time lunch. So expect some lines.
Now that spot, that buffet is complimentary. And then in addition to that main dining area, there are also almost like snack shacks is what they call it at Royal Caribbean's island. But here they're like food trucks, if you will. So at those food trucks, you can get a more scaled down version. You're not going to have as many options as you do at the buffet, but that's where I ate lunch, was at the little food trucks.
There are some larger bars around the island, and sometimes they have small snacks, sometimes not. This island is a work in progress. They are continuing to expand. So not only do some of those bars are beginning to have some of these smaller items, you'll also notice as you're walking around, really smack in the center is a brand new buffet area that they're building. And I would imagine that it'll be ready by the middle to the end of 2025. So if you're got something booked for 2026 already, you're probably going to have many more food options.
So one of the things I did want to mention, because it did happen to me, is that later in the afternoon, I don't know if it was 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I said, ooh, I want maybe a little bite, because I had had a light lunch. So I went to go to the snack bar food truck thing, and it was already closed. So just keep in mind, when you first get there, maybe ask them what time they're closing, because I thought they closed rather early.
Let's touch upon a little bit of the shopping on the island, because some people can't live by sun alone. Now there is a village center, which you'll see as soon as you get off the ship, and there are a few stores. Each have a little bit of a unique vibe, a logo vibe, a local Bahamian vibe. So you can get your fill of shopping, and there's some unique items that are there based on the island that you won't find on the ship.
Speaking of the island, I think we should talk about the history of the island, because it wasn't always this paradise or preserve area that it is today.
It was actually an industrial island where they mined sand and other things, and they just had a lot of concrete for piers for large ships to haul the stuff away. And it really was hands off for anyone to go there except for that industrial business.
So I read that MSC invested years and about $200 million into this island. And not only did they, clean up the site, but they also replanted about 75,000 native trees. It also is now giving the reef time to heal, and it's attracting birds and fish and wildlife to the area. And they brought in marine biologists to help do this, so now it's actually a preserve. So also you need to bring reef-safe sunscreen to the island, just so keep that in mind.
Yeah. It is different. If you look at the other private islands, they're kind of going slightly amusement park feel, and again, this is a reserve, so it is definitely a nature forward place.
But let's talk about the things that you can rent there.
Some of what you'll find as excursions will be items such as scuba diving for certified divers, eco tours with the marine educators, catamaran tours, paddleboard rentals, clear bottom kayaking, which is something that I would like to do,
Yeah.
which we did not do while we were there. And guides will take you out snorkeling to the coral restoration area, which is another thing that I would like to do. Now, if you are looking to go a little bit upscale, we've talked about some of these things, such as the Yacht Club has its own area, its own beaches, food. And I have to say, we didn't experience it, but for looking at it, it did seem to be elevated. So that was definitely a plus if you are looking for that sort of experience on the island.
Another option is in MSC's app, you can rent cabanas. They have different size cabanas. They have some for larger families and some for smaller groups. I think in hindsight, we should have rented a cabana because MSC's prices are actually, in comparison to Royal Caribbean's private island cabanas, MSC's prices are lower. And I think this would have been an opportunity to rent a cabana. So I think they were between $250 and $300, and for us to split it 4 ways, that would have been a bargain. A day before we arrived at the island, there were, I think, 2 cabanas. My sister was a little hesitant, and so we missed out on that opportunity because they obviously sold out. So in hindsight, that's what we should have done. But for you, you're watching this video, now you know, go rent the cabana. If you want an elevated experience, it's the way to go, in my opinion.
So no ultimate guide would be complete on this island if not to highlight something that's different than all other private islands. MSC offers a lot of options for staying late in the night and even overnight at their private island at Ocean Cay. And that opens up a whole different realm of possibilities for what they put on, such as they have an awesome light show.
It's synchronized lights and music, so it's quite the show.
Yes, and it all emanates out of their lighthouse, which is kind of just something very different.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to see it because our ship left too early, but it's something that would want me to go back.
Yeah, check your itinerary to see how long the ship is going to be there, because next time, if we were to sail MSC again and go to Ocean Cay, that's something we would look for, is an itinerary that's there either very late or even overnight, like you suggested.
What do you think about the ones that actually stay overnight? Would you want to do that?
I think having a morning coffee out on the beach would be amazing. And I don't know if they do like morning yoga classes out there or something. I think that would be quite an experience and a memory to be made. So yeah.
As you said, check out your itinerary, see how late you're staying, and then you can be very planful for your entire day.
Yeah.
As we wrap up this guide, let's talk about some very important tips to make your stay top-notch.
First of all, you're going to want to bring towels from the ship. I didn't see any towel stations on the island, so that's something definitely you're going to want to do. Secondly, like we talked about, you're going to want to bring reef-safe sunscreen. It's critically important to help protect the plants and animals in the ocean.
Again, another tip we've mentioned, eat early if you're planning on going to the buffet. It's worth going, absolutely, but the lines can get long if you wait too long. So eat early, or you still have many places to choose from, the food trucks and some of the small bites at the bars, but just be aware that timing is everything for food right now on this island.
Our next tip is to be sure to take advantage of the island tram, especially if you have kids or any mobility issues, or if you just want to get around more quickly. The tram is there, it's available, it has a steady routine, so yeah, take advantage of that.
You've done a good job highlighting that you need reef-safe sunscreen, but if you're staying there to the sunset hours, you really should also have bug spray with you. It's any place in the Caribbean, as the sun goes down, the bugs will come out somewhat, so be prepared and have the bug spray handy. 2 more things you should be aware of. The drink package, if you've bought one on the ship, it is good. It's not like Carnival. It is good on that island, so you're covered with a drink package. Now, we may have some more thoughts on some other videos about the internet package, but I can tell you, whatever internet package you have, it also works on the island. So your drink package and internet package are good island-wide.
And lastly, like I said earlier, bring your own snorkel gear if you have it, just in case the rentals fill up.
Yeah. And you have plenty of places, as you said, plenty of places to use that snorkel gear. So from our perspective, I think, I'm not going to say we fell in love. We were only there for a day, but I think we fell in like, and we're intrigued with Ocean Cay. So I think you should definitely check it out, and hopefully this guide has helped you.
If you've been to Ocean Cay and you can think of some other tips that we did not think of, please add them in the comments because everyone can learn from your experience. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.
Take care.